So I can't imagine, we'll talk about this, but I can't imagine getting into a company as big as SAP and all the security protocols and all the...
Oh, God, don't even start. Like there's 250 product standards. Yeah. Then each of them is just like a big PDF, like 100 pages of requirements. So like that's the level of...
On each one of them? 250?
250. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. But I think like, and we got a super strong mandate to keep shipping.
Transforming enterprise software isn't just a strategy problem, it's an engineering problem.
We operate like globally today. We have a large customers.
Yeah.
Currently. They like, put us through a lot of auditing already. So like kind of been there already. Like you look at our brands, like, there's large European companies that really obsess about security, privacy, compliance, AI ethics, all of that. So like we kind of did that before. But of course, right now we're going to operate within 100 of, new countries and new places. So yeah, we need to level up all of these aspects, right? Privacy, security, accessibility, AI ethics, all of this, we're taking it to the next level. SAP have like a lot of specialists, a lot of brain power behind each of these aspects.
Yeah.
And they're like really helping us go through these, assessments, like evaluation, and then leveling up our game. If you look at in the engineering team for like last 3 years, we were like flat, like a table. Like we just like keeping the same size and trying to just like, bump it up with productivity improvements.
Yeah.
And now we essentially doubled. Yeah, it's a new world, new team, but it's been great. I mean, the team is super open, eager to learn. SAP has a strategy of like building that strong data layer. And there's actually one connection point where we need to plug all the data we have.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it gets available to all of the internal use cases. So we want to be like good partners, that we want to be a good citizen of a suite, but we don't want to get like, too tightly coupled, because like, independent teams, decentralized system, it's just faster to operate them. It's just faster to ship stuff. What I love about SAP is like, they are super curious about what do we do, right?
Yeah.
They really want to learn. Every acquisition that they do, they just don't buy a company. They want to just get the best practices and apply it across the board. We invested in a thing called dynamic reteaming, which is basically a notion of R&D structure changing to match the task at hand. We are treating the integration like a product that we want to evolve. And it's just not a technical concept of like stitching together APIs. We want this to be like, a first-class citizen product work. Across all these integration experiences, there are some pretty good use cases for generative AI to help people to stitch or connect these systems together. I think like there were like 3 levers we pulled. First is definitely that radical agility. We reshaped the entire R&D to do that. Second was like, we were focused. We said no to so many promising projects because they were simply not the biggest problem. And lastly, I think we were really aligned, and starting with like, Rebecca setting the tone and across all the leadership levels. We used to have one big central AI team that was just shipping a lot of that foundational work. We now need to have every single team spotting in opportunities and delivering on it, right? We want this to be a tool in everyone's tool belt. I don't treat AI as a goal, and I hate when companies do that, but it's not a goal in itself, right? The goal is just to bring value to the users. I don't want to have like, have AI and like look for a problem, right? I want to start with a problem and solve it with AI when it makes sense. We cannot throw AI on people and expect this will just magically work. I think like for us, what worked really is just approaching it from like, curiosity standpoint. We roll out Cursor for the engineering team. And we had this cohort approach. We were grabbing like 10 people, showing them around, do pair programming. A big chunk of what we're gonna do is basically how agents can like appear in a workflow and suggest help, offer some insight, help customers do something interesting. We probably need to look at 3 different modes of how these agents will operate. One might be like synchronous. The other one is asynchronous mode with a human in the loop. And then the last one is like fully autonomous. When we think of a feature, right now, It has UI, it has public API, and now it'll also need to have a Winston companion entry point, like conversational entry point. Increasingly, the weight will be more on the agent side. These AI products, they require attention and just constant tweaking, updating, improving quality. The cycle of just like shipping, learning, and updating needs to happen.
In the AI era, engineering doesn't stop at shipping software. It becomes a continuous system of learning, improvement, and evolution.